we have a lot of different challenges, from entering new rooms and new places to, going to the bathroom in public places where the exhaust fan is a little louder for her than it is for an average person. There's a lot of little things that we kind of go through as parents of children with autism that are, that most people wouldn't think about. I was 38 years old and had been traveling around the world playing music, and so when Lily came into my life, I did not want to miss a moment of that. So definitely stopped touring and stopped traveling around. Wanted to be there for the day-to-day, the day-to-day daddy things, that you can't put a price on. What grade are you in?
Fifth.
Fifth grade. Do you like it?
I like it.
Yeah. Who's your favorite teacher?
No!
I've had Lily in my class the past 2 summers. So it's given us, 48 days over the past 2 years to get to know each other. And it's been, really touch and go, because Lily doesn't like things that are unfamiliar. And that's very typical of a student with autism. It's new, it's different. So their brains are like, woo, woo, warning, you don't know them, back away. So it took her a while to warm up to me, and vice versa. I mean, she has some unique characteristics that I had to adjust to as well.
I think for her, that's just an easy way to, if she stubs her toe or she loses her shoe, she'll have a go-to phrase that she'll utter out, What's your favorite class at school?
No.
Just pick one.
Ew, you drew it on me.
That's one of her go-to phrases.
Ew.
Again? And I am so used to hearing all the cartoons over and over again that I'm familiar with it. So it's almost a cryptic conversation that the average person would hear and think, how do you know what she's talking about? And, well, I've only watched the cartoon 150 times and watched her, as well. Swimming, she loves to swim, and so in the course of swimming, she can't get any water on her face, but loves to be soaking wet. So there's a lot of, little things, just little isms about her behavior that are unique to her, Both myself and her mother are both artists, and I think she's just around paints and music and that kind of stuff all the time. So I think she's naturally just gravitating towards it and learning to play piano, drawing, painting. I think in the last year, she's starting to, kind of take a script from. This is my wife, Kayla. So occasionally she will draw hair on her drawings. A rainbow is always a constant, but she, so she's doing a lot of normal things, she just does them differently and more obsessively, and she really gets focused on one particular way of doing something or one particular event or class or goal. She loves to have goals.
Well, it really, to me, it's like Lily wants to be social, but on her terms, which is a very typical ASD characteristic, I think, in my experience. It's like, I'll be friends with you, I'll talk to you, I'll say what you want, and then when I'm done, we're done. We're not gonna keep hanging out. So she'll, she wants to be your friend, she wants to do things, and then as soon as things take a turn that she doesn't want to keep doing, she doesn't do it.
No!
So.
Yo, there's no paper on this roll.
Ew, you drew it on me.
Where are you going?
Ew.
Right now, she's super fascinated with middle school and high school. She wants to know all about all the schools in town. And so every time we go by one, she has to see it, and then she looks them up online. And her Google search on this thing is very interesting. She just investigates things that she's interested in. There was a time where she wanted to know about countries, so she learned about 65 countries and memorized them all. What school do you want to go to in 6th grade?
Middle school.
Oh, I know middle school. Which one is your favorite? What do you think?
Sarasota.
Sarasota Middle School? I think that might be okay. Did you find that on your iPad?
I found it.
You did? What are some of the other schools that you like?
Ew.
To a new school is going to be difficult because it's a brand new school. She's been at Fruitville Elementary for her whole school life. Schools adapting a little bit to their strengths. something like Common Core is very difficult for a child with autism because it's just not the way that they're accustomed to learning. They have all the answers, but the way Common Core asks for those answers is not a way that they understand, so it can be difficult.
Middle school these days is full inclusion, which is kind of terrifying for our students. But what it looks like is that she'll be in a class with some ESC kids and some non-ESC kids. And there's a couple different teaching models. It could be a regular ed teacher who happens to have their ESC certification. It could be an ESC teacher. It could be a co-teaching model with a reg ed and ESC teacher working together. It can look really different. So unless they go to a private school, which are really expensive, and even then it's not guaranteed that they're gonna, like, that she'll have this kind of setting again. So it's really tricky, and it's kind of terrifying for our students.
If the school has catered a little bit to children on the spectrum, then the classrooms will be smaller. So if she's in a room full with 10 kids as opposed to 30, I think that it'll go very smoothly and the transition will be easy. We just don't know that that's going to be the case. We don't know what, because after 5th grade, it seems that autism gets left behind in terms of its importance with school systems. And that needs to change, definitely. It's something that that they have to start adapting the curriculum and the environment in which these kids have to, head into middle school and high school, which is already tough enough for any kid, So when you have a kid who's not able to communicate the same way and has different ways of learning, it can be overwhelming. Other struggles is the communication, knowing exactly how she feels about something. We communicate a lot on a call and answer basis. I ask her certain questions to try to pull certain emotions out of her, and that's pretty much all I get. I get very short sentences. So, how do you do your spelling words? You do really good on that, don't you? Hey, listen to me. You do really good on your spelling words, don't you?
I'm great.
You are great. Have you ever won an award for spelling?
I won an award.
What's it called?
No.
Was it spelling? You won a spelling award, right? What award did you win last month?
No.
Student of the what?
Of the month.
Student of the month. Her, the depth of her conversations are not extensive, so it's really hard to imagine how she's feeling. So I try to look at her drawings and things like that to see what she's going through and see if I can read into how she's feeling. Having the school understand the difference between someone with a temper problem as opposed to somebody with a learning disability, and putting them together, and just really segregating a little bit and focusing more on their individual needs for whatever it is that they're going through and wherever they are on the spectrum. 6th grade through high school through college, it's going to be tough for them to show just how smart they actually are. I never understood autism before Lily was born. I didn't know anything about it, and I've just learned so much, and it's just made me appreciate her, appreciate the teachers at her school who are just phenomenal. And every school should have a program for autism and for kids on the spectrum. Yo! Yo!
There's no ponies on this row.
Yo, there's no paper on this row. So we have a lot of really goofy songs that we sing. She likes to sing songs. Hey, sit up for me. It's my party. I need
to get in the mood.
Can you bring me a magazine?
This floor's too cold. I need to put that for my feet.
This might take a long time.
Yo, did I get TV? And
How about some music? Come on.
Motivate.
Come on, people, motivate me. Sit up.
Motivate.
Right, sit up, silly. Come on, I can't understand you.
Come on, motivate me.
Come on, people, motivate me. I like that song.
Yo!
So it's been 2 years since your last interview. What's changed with your life and with Lily's?
Well, Lily has a brother now, a little brother. And so she's transitioned into being a big sister, which is really cool. Yeah, so this is our second year of middle school. First year was rough. We were at a different school. just don't feel like the teachers were pushing her in any way. Grabbed that school and put her into a new school now in Laurel, Nokomis, and it's been tremendous. Loves it. So I feel like this new school is challenging her a lot. She loves it, and she's having great days every single day.